Hey guys, welcome to Greatrun Hunting Grounds, and I'm going to walk you through how to get the Burning Sun mark on each of the 3 trials. The parts wrangling, the pace trial, and the tie down trial. Now the pace trial, which is the first one we're going to do, is the easiest of the 3. The other 2 actually are a little annoying, and I don't know if one of them, the parts wrangling one, I think might be a little glitched. But first, let's do the easy one here, the pace trial. You need to basically loot the remains of 3 watchers, and they're going to be scattered across the area, and you can choose whichever 3 you want. You can take the path I'm taking or whatever path you want. Now the trick here is you got the glint hawks and the tramplers down below who are going to be chasing you. I'm choosing to just making a run for it, go in a straight line, beelining from point A to point B to point C. And I feel like that's probably the best and easiest strategy here to get within the 1 minute 30 second mark. So right off the bat, slid down the left rope and just climbed up to this pillar and grabbed the watcher there, or looted it. And now we're going to run to the next one. Now the glint hawks can actually pick up the watcher and run away with it, as is the case here. I don't think I noticed it right off the bat. There we go. So he dropped them, thankfully right at my feet. He may have to kind of run a little bit. They don't carry him very long. They're only going to carry him very short distances. So even with that little kind of hiccup, I'm going to have plenty of time. So now we're going to go and run. Well, let's see. It probably doesn't really matter where I run. This pillar over here in front of me looks like it's not occupied by any glint hawks. So we'll just climb up there, and you can see we got 20 seconds at this point. So pretty easy. Shouldn't be too difficult for you. There we go. So that is the pace trial. Now, let's go and move on to the parts wrangling. This one is a little tricky. You need to tie down tramplers with the rope caster and then shoot off the component under its belly. The component is the processor unit. Now, the problem I'm having with this one, and I've had with it on several attempts, is even if I shoot it off, clearly shoot it off, and I can even loot it after I shoot it off, it's not counting towards my total of 2 that I need to get. So I found that using my spear actually kind of is the best surefire way to do it. I don't know if it's bugged or what it is, but I'm going to use multiple ropes here. I'm going to fire 3 or 4 ropes at it. If I fire enough at it, it'll actually fall over on its side. But I'm just using my spear, my R1 attack, light attack, and then aiming for the processing unit, which is that big glowing thing under its belly. Can't miss it. Tied another rope, and you tie enough ropes, as you can see, it will fall over, allowing me to target really the processing unit. So there we go, destroyed 1. You don't actually have to kill off the trampler, but you might as well. It does get in your way, and that's the problem with this one and the next one, is between the tramplers and the glint hawks, they can really kind of mess up your day. So have potions at the ready in case you need them. There we go, 4 ropes. It fell over, so now I'm just targeting the processing unit with my spear, not shooting it. I found shooting it never seemed to count for me, but using the spear will count most of the time. Now the tie down trial, that you got to basically snare glint hawks. You're going to lure them close to you, and I'm going to use fire arrows to have you. Usually, well, it might take 2 depending on what level your fire is at. If you have any modifications, it may just take 1. Sometimes 2, but either way, once you catch it on fire, it'll drop down to the ground. At that point, you're going to have to fire ropes at it with your rope caster. I use 2 ropes. I find that to give me the best opportunity to do a critical strike, because you got to tie them down and then use critical strikes. That is the key. And sometimes you're not going to be able to have the opportunity. It's not going to prompt you with the R1 critical strike. So 2 or 3 ropes. You might have to swing at it a couple times before you can get the R1 critical strike prompt to pop up. So it's a little kind of tricky, a little finicky there to get the actual critical strike. But there's one. Now I'm going to kind of go careful of the tramplers here. Dodge roll. I am using the Weaver armor for invincibility, the Shield Weaver. I do have a video guide outlining the quest and how to get that. That does make things a lot easier for this. So multiple ropes there, and I got the R1 prompt for the critical strike pretty easily. I didn't have to hit them a couple times beforehand. So again, just setting these guys on fire. They'll drop to the ground. You can hit them with any other weapon. Enough damage will make them fall to the ground, but make sure once they do fall to the ground, you do tie them with the rope caster. And that one, see, he got up and flew away before I even had a opportunity to do a critical strike. Probably would have been best served if I had thrown another rope attached to him, but you live and learn. So I got another one, gonna tie a few ropes to him. Get out of the way of the trampler here. Get behind the Glenhawk, and I had the R1 critical strike. That's it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please like the video, and of course, subscribe.